What is up, Cahir Club? Welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful start to their week. It is a Monday. Yahoo! Woohoo! You're back home. So yeah, you can stay on stream longer. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I hope you enjoyed your holiday, Brugro. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. And hello, Rob. Also, how goes it? How goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. Today we are back with the shiny hunt of all time. Minccino. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. Everyone's like, Cahir, why are you doing this to yourself? And I'm like, I wanna. Realistically, I could be doing this for any other hunt in Gen 4 and I'd still be this far along. Or 5. You're not bad here? Or good on your end? No, my dad's got coronavirus. Which isn't great. Isn't great at all. So yeah, that's most of my week's plans scuppered, innit? Hopefully I don't get it again. Last time we spent like the whole like weekend just pussyfooting around each other, trying to like let him not pass it to me. Cause he caught it first. He's more of a outdoors guy than I am. And I still caught it, so like we're not gonna go that overboard this time because but yeah, hopefully he feels better soon, indeed. I feel bad for him though, because last week he was trying to get a flight back from Europe and the weather kept delaying it, and now he's got COVID. Like, did he piss off a wizard? Did he What a streak of bad luck. Anyway, enough talking about my dad behind his back. Let's get into some shiny hunting. Yahoo! Whee! Alright. Now then. First encounter of the stream. What we got? Minccino. Crazy that. Who would have guessed? Not me. I would not have guessed that. Alright. But yeah, obviously we're back with the old faithful. Heat Death of the Universe will be going on, and then you'll get a little ping on your phone, on your iPhone. You'll be watching like the last black hole dissolving into nothingness, and you'll get a ping on your iPhone. You'll be like, oh, CahirLIVE is live. He's streaming the Minccino shiny hunt. Whoa! He's still not got that yet. Yeah. Yeah. No, I won't have. You know how it is. You know how it is with the Heat Death of the Universe. Juniper will be shiny before the Minccino at this point. What would shiny Juniper look like? That's my question. Or are we thinking like skirts, like a different shade maybe? I could see her being like one of those boring shinies, just blonde, just blonde. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I would not be surprised by that. It's interesting because although the weather's been worse over the last few days, today has become a Missy on my bed day. Which is interesting, because it's been a while since I last had a Missy on my bed day. She likes sleeping on my bed when I'm sleeping on my bed. She's a big fan of that. Not every night. I'm wondering if it's because of the coughing. She's decided that but then again, I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't be it. That wouldn't be the catalyst. Maybe she's just mixing it up. There was so much rain and hail here yesterday. Huh. We had thunder and lightning. Slightly tanned. Just slightly. Less pale, but only slightly. There's a Genshin Impact joke in there somewhere. But I'm gonna let you guys make it instead. Can't be asked. But yeah, there was lightning here yesterday, which was... I like that we had, like, a really sunny week with no rain at all. At least I did. I had, like, a really sunny week. No rain at all. And then this just last week has been pissing it down. Not week, even. Like, the last few days. Will it continue to piss it down? I hope not. I hope not. It was annoying because, like, it seemed to have cleared up for a bit yesterday, so I was like, I will go to the corner shop and get some snacks. I will go down to the corner shop and get some snacky bits, I think. Step outside, rain! Instantly. Like, I was far enough down the road, far enough on my way to the corner shop, that it was like, I can't just turn back now. Like, I've committed to this. But also the rain had committed to falling. So... kind of needed to be sunnier. My garden's in a state and I need to mow it. Oh no. Well, hopefully there is a glimpse of sun in the near future for you. Just a flash of it. Give you enough time. Right, I'm gonna take a bigger drink because I had a bit of drink left from my last drink. But now it's time for my proper drink. I love being hydrated. It's so cool. Alright. You're playing Pokerogue and using the man himself, Mr. Basculin. Let's go! Let's go! You reached an Eternatus with that one. You reached an Eternatus with that one. But yeah, classic British weather, I guess. Rep that Mr. Bashkill and he'll do you proud, indeed, indeed. I mean, he soloed that Giratina. He soloed Volo's Giratina. Let's not forget that time. Hey Lois, remember that time Mr. Bashkill soloed Giratina? I do. I do. Okay. Dunk. But yeah, other than that, I did have a chill day. I, got the YouTube shorts done. Is the music louder, or am I just worrying around nothing as per usual? Yeah, this could be a bit, like, could be like that. Yeah. What was I looking for? I still need to figure out what I'm gonna start doing on Wednesdays again. Because, like, I've run out of tier list ideas. Which obviously won't do. I need tier list ideas if I want to do tier lists. Because the tier lists did well. They annoyed a lot of people. But I found if I annoyed too many people, then nothing happened. It was actually kind of funny. Like, if you have too controversial of an opinion in a tier list, you don't gain subscribers from it. You just stay at the same total. Which, interesting. I'll give it that. Pretty amusing in the grand scheme of things. But, not ideal. It's not the result I want. Not at all. Anyway, we got the raids announced for the end of the week. Pikachu is back. It's interesting, though, because it seems we're not getting any starter raids for a bit. As we trek towards August, we're getting Dondozo and Dragonite. Dondozo and Dragonite, which is interesting. I'm not against some different 7-star raids. And we're also getting Shiny Gimmighoul back as well. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Let me bid up Cerebi. Let me fact check. Let me fact check here. From August 23rd to September 1st is Powerhouse Pokemon, which has normal Terra-type Dragonite. It's a 7-star raid. Alongside this, an Outbreak event will run with higher shiny chance and the chance to get the Charismatic mark, which features Larvitar and Bagon in Paldea, Gumi and Hisuian Slagoo in Kitakami, and Beldum in the Blueberry Academy. Okay, so like, firstly, can't help but notice. Can't help but notice. Powerhouse Pokemon. That is the first time we've heard that term. Much like we've got first partner Pokemon, I think we now have a new term for pseudo-legendaries, an official term for pseudo-legendaries. And that is Powerhouse Pokemon. Personally, I don't know, I can see why they didn't go with pseudo-legendary, because pseudo-legendary kinda sounds like you're saying not legendary, you know? So I can see the... But I don't know, I think they should just accept the fan terms. Let's be real. Like, I can see why they wouldn't accept some fan terms, you know? Don't think you'll find them referring to Bidoof, as most people do, for some reason. But I don't get why they're not just going with, like, oh, starter Pokemon, the first partner Pokemon, starter Pokemon. Because you start with them. Like, you have to wonder, if they hadn't, if they were only now coining a term for shiny Pokemon, I bet they'd go with, like, dazzling Pokemon. Or off-color Pokemon. Or something like that. You know? But, it's interesting that we're getting an official term for it all the same. Powerhouse Pokemon. But that isn't my point. That's not the point I'm getting at. That's not what I'm getting to. September 1st is the date the Dragonite raids end. It's the date that that Powerhouse Pokemon outbreaks end. We've got a pretty packed schedule laid out ahead of us for what's happening with raids over the next few weeks. And I ask you, dear viewer, I ask you, why would they announce anything else in that time? Surely, if they were going to announce any big news from now to September 1st, from now till December 1st, if they announced news, well, surely they just wouldn't announce the raid battles. So they could announce those in the live stream. They can announce those in the presents. They could be like, Shiny Gimmighoul's coming back. Instead of just doing it in a random post on a Monday morning. No, dear viewer, I think I'm right. I don't think we're getting any Legends ZA news until September. In fact, I think soon after September 1st, we will get an announcement of when it will be happening. That will get the next starter raid announcement. But always round, I think September is looking very likely for our first bit of ZA news since the announcement. I'm just saying, I'm just laying it down how it is. I think September is going to be it. I think that's going to be when we get our announcement. Right then and there. Not on the 1st, obviously, but like early September. Because, like, again, like, they've like, just given us a roadmap for the next 2 months of raids. Why would they not have just announced some of those during a Presents, if there was going to be one? I don't think there is. I don't think there's going to be a Presents until September. And that is going to be when we get our first bit of Legends ZA news. Anyway, that's the CahirLIVE prediction. That's the CahirLIVE prediction. So cross your legs and sit tight. Or I think we got some waiting to do. Luckily, I don't have anything saved to slot 5. Would be nice. It would be nice. It would be nice. Not your most favorite term for pseudos. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's not a great one, I'll be honest. I do concur on that. I'm not all that chuffed with powerhouse Pokemon. Again, I don't get why they don't feel... Like, I don't get why they feel the need to make new terms when there have been fan terms for so long. Like, pseudo-legendary has been a term as long as I've been playing. I assume. But it's interesting that they're finally acknowledging them, though. I think that's, like, the other standout bit to me. Is they're acknowledging their existence. Because up until now, I don't believe you've had an official acknowledgement. No, I think they've been acknowledged as, like, a group of Pokemon, but they've not been acknowledged to why they are a group of Pokemon, I think. You know? Often they do have that special place on the Champions team, you know, other, like, big places. We've had multiple events where it's like, oh, it's these pseudo-legendaries. But this is the first time we've, like, had it been acknowledged that they are that, and that's what they are, and that's why they're being marketed together. Which is interesting in its own way, just, I don't get why they have to keep on making up their own terms, when the fan base has had these terms for years. Like, if this were the beginning of the franchise, if the franchise was still young, I think it would have made more sense, but, like, we've had terms for these things for years. Why are you making new ones now? What's wrong with starter Pokemon? What's wrong with pseudo-legendary? Like, they're serviceable terms. They've been using the fanbase for years. You just have to wonder what the motivation is for them trying to make their own. Rather than either continuing as they have for the past 25 years, or just giving the fan terms acknowledgement. Alright. At least they didn't call them, like, super dragons or something. Give, a certainty on the idea that, they have to be dragon type. Yeah, so August 9th till 22nd is, August 9th till 22nd is when Gimmighoul's back. But I really do wonder if they're going to increase the odds. Cahir, what's your favorite Super Dragon Pokemon? Oh no. I have always had, like, Garchomp obviously was, like, the first pseudo-legendary, you know? That kinda is Garchomp. Well, not the first. Oh, what a yawn. My first pseudo-legendary. Garchomp was my first pseudo-legendary, you know? I started with Gen 4. So, and I do quite like Garchomp. I think Garchomp is really cool. Metagross is also pretty cool, but I'm not sure. I think I like Garchomp more. I think it's Garchomp. That or Hisui Gudra, because it's a snail. And you know me, I love a good snail. Makes me wonder, when did they first acknowledge the term shiny? As that was the fan term. I believe it was Gen 5. In Generation 5, there was a trainer who was like, my Krokorok could be shiny. It's not, but what if it was? I believe they're in Nimbasa City. Not sure if we're talking Black and White 1 or Black and White 2. Why am I yawning so big today? What's up with that? What's up with that? I got a good night's sleep last night. My issue wasn't how much I slept. My issue is how I slept. Because my shoulder has been killing me all day. Like, I have slept in an awkward position. Which, not great at all. Not great whatsoever. Not chuffed. But, not much I can do about that. Other than cut it off. Like, it would solve my issue, you know? That would be an issue solved if I just cut it off. Anyway, the woes of sleeping. I love that I can sleep in a slightly suboptimal position, and like the next day my body will be like, fuck you. Don't like that you did that. To be fair, I could have slept better, because the neighbours are getting a driveway put in. So that was like a lot of, you know. which wasn't all that nice. It took me a while to realize what was going on, because I was, like, half asleep, you know? Like, you know when you're, like, just waking up, but you don't want to wake up at the time? So you go back, so you try to fall back asleep again. So your mind's not, like, properly working. So, like, you don't really understand what the noise is. You're just like, wait. Like, it just took a bit. It took a couple of hours of me trying to sleep through it for me to be like, what is that? What is that sound? What is that noise outside? Oh, it's construction work. Well, like, up until that point, my brain just didn't bother processing what it might be. Which is an interesting, work of brain. Not appreciate. Well, I mean, I guess it's not an unappreciated one. You know? It's not like it holds me back in any real way, unless it was like an evil guy, or like lion in my room. Going like, grrr, and then my mind's like, oh, is that me? Oh, I'm going back to sleep. You know, that would be bad, because then the lion might eat me. I'm a lion. I wouldn't get eaten by a lion. I'm too cool. Everyone knows tigers are better and stronger. I was very much like flexing there. Sometimes I forget you can't actually see my arms. Not that I'm, like, acting as if there's any muscle on them, just in the fact that, like, you couldn't see me doing it. Like, you know that, like, bit in Looney Tunes? Where, Tom, like, flexes and his arm, like, droops down. Like spaghetti. That's me. My strength? There's not much of it. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Now then. Clunk. Is there anything happening? It's a shame because, like, there's, like, one game I'm interested in the horizon, and I don't think we're really going to be getting much more information about that on the way, you know? Like, Legend of Zelda, obviously being the main game I'm interested in. Other than that, there just ain't much. There just ain't much at all. Maybe I should go back into my catalogue. I mean, Steam's summer sale might still be on. It might have ended by now, actually. I don't know, like, the time frame of it. I just sometimes hear it's on, and I'm like, oh! The sale. Of course. And then... do I buy anything? No. No, I don't. Like, I ought to pick up games that I want to play at some point. You know? Like, if I pick up games I want to play at some point, then I don't have to worry about later. When, I'd have to buy them for full price. Like, Stardew Valley is a game that's been on my list for years. So if I just bought that during, like, a sale, bada boom, bada bing, I don't have to spend as much dough on it. Shrimple as that. Shrimple as that. But I'm always bad at, like, sometimes I'll be really stingy with my money, but like, no, I can't spend any money at the moment. And then sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I can drop 50 quid on this. No in between. I think the worst thing with me and money is snacks. Because, like, snacks don't ever count in my head. You know? Like, I walk into a one-stop, and I'm like, yeah, the box's Crunch Creams Golden, they're on offer. I could pick up some of those. I love those. Which I do. These days I'm better with it, because weirdly harder to justify buying. Counter has just gone up. Thank you for pointing that out. To be clear, it's been here the whole fucking time. I've been counting. I just forgot to turn it. I just forgot to turn the graphic on. Like, I have genuinely been incrementing the whole time. That is an accurate encounter number. I brought up my counter. I've been pressing it the whole time. I just forgot to turn the graphic on. Thank you for telling me, Jello. Can't believe I just forgot. Forgot to get the graphic. Just didn't cross my mind to enable it. But, now it's back. How many encounters have we done today so far? Like, 55. Pretty exact number, really. But yeah, as I was saying, like, it's harder for me to... weirdly harder for me to justify myself, like, buying, like, a bag of Haribo. Now they're $1.25. Like... When they were, like, a quid, my mum was like, well, obviously. That's £1. That's not much. But now they're, like, $1.25, and I was like... I can't afford that, I'll go bankrupt. And I genuinely don't know what the difference is. Like, it's not that, like... It's a price hike I'm annoyed by. But I'm still interested in the fact that I just now am more likely to skip Haribo. Unless I'm, like, buying for, like, snacks for a group. Like, if I'm having friends around, I'll always get Haribo. And then we won't ever eat them, and then I'll eat them myself. I think I've said this one before, but I am awful with getting snacks for groups. You put me in charge of snacks, I'll get too many. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. I'll just be like, yeah, no, this'll do. I say with, like, a basket full. Because you always gotta get the party rings, those are unnecessary. Bag of popcorn? I feel like that's a pretty, like, big thing, you know? Pringles are pretty important. To not get Pringles, I think, is a bit blasphemous. Then you got to get the Tang Fastics, obviously. They always go well. And maybe I'll get something a bit extra. Some donuts. I love a good donut. Then I take the donuts around. I'm like, yeah, I got some donuts. And then half of everybody doesn't even like them. They like look at them and they're like, oh, they're jam donuts? You don't like jam donuts? What do you mean? What do you mean you don't like jam donuts? I was thinking there's 5 jam donuts in this packaging. And there's 5 of us. You don't like them? You don't like biting into a nice jam donut and getting that lovely jam filling? Huh? Huh? Sure, your fingers get a little bit sticky. They get a little bit sticky. But you can just lick off the sugar. That's a lovely part of the experience. It's licking the sugar off. And yeah, sure, sometimes when you bite into it, the jam squeezes out a bit and it starts threatening to drip down. But that's just like, that's your cue to go in and eat it and go, oh no, no, you know? You know? Not at all, sadly. Felix, I'm revoking your voting right. You don't have the authority. This is like the greatest like betrayal I think of our time. Jellu turning on Felix. Like, I don't think anyone could have predicted this. EastEnders could never. Emmerdale hasn't been this gripping for decades. He turned on donuts first. Real. Actually, yeah. You make a good point. Doesn't this happen every 3 streams or so? I swear this is the first time. If I'm not mistaken. I love a good donut though, no matter what, you know. I like the Greg's donuts, where I think they're like triple chocolate donuts from Greg's. And they got like cream, like whipped cream-y filling. And that goes incredibly hard. I would never betray my benefactor. Never happened. Jam or donuts are fine, but not jam. Jam is literally the best part. Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly, it is. It's the injection of flavor into it. Donuts or donuts, whichever is the American one, because you're American. I never really considered until this point that there were 2 spellings of donuts. You know? Like... Donut. 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 Donuts doesn't say... Yeah, no, I'm on your side with that one. I understand, like, a donut is probably... Like, this is one time I might relinquish it to the Americans. The one time! It was like donuts. Donut. You know? This is the one time their pay per character system has been effective. Donuts makes you think of cars going in circles rather than the food. Interesting. I guess we now know what Felix gets up to in parking lots at 3 AM. What does that mean? What do you mean, what does... Like, a car donut is when you drift in a circle. And you kind of stain the tarmac. But obviously, because you're doing it in a circle, there's the outer wheels and then the inner wheels. So there's 2 circles, so it looks like a donut. And if that isn't the reason they're called donuts, I don't give a shit. That's the reason they're called donuts. Like, you leave a donut on the floor. That's the perfect reason to call it a donut. Like, but sometimes it's just like things are more complicated. To be fair, I'm getting mad at the idea that they're not called donuts because they leave a donut on the floor. I don't know. I've just started getting mad at this. Why are car donuts called donuts? Alright. Who's popularized as a race celebration by Jeff Gordon? He did it after winning the NASCAR Cup Series. Wait, no, it's probably just in the general description. A donut or a donut is a maneuver performed while driving a vehicle. Performing this maneuver entails rotating the rear or front of the vehicle around the opposite set of wheels in a continuous motion, creating ideally a circular skid mark in the pattern of rubber on a carriageway, and possibly even causing the tires to emit smoke from friction. Okay, that didn't really clarify if it was called a donut, because it looks like a donut, though. Like, I still wanna double check. This is like I've just developed the fear that oh, this is a car insurance thing. I got so fucking confused then, because there's like a car insurance advertisement at the bottom here that says, my experience has been absolutely incredible. It took my car insurance from about $400 a month to about $80. And I was like, doing donuts? Wouldn't that make your insurance go up? Because, like, if you lose control, you're probably going to fucking smack it into something. If your insurance knew that you're doing donuts in the parking lot, they'd probably raise the fucking price of it or lower it. But no, it's just an advertisement for the site I'm on. This is... I'm still not... Still not getting the answer. Well. You're wasting your time doing these kind of acts. It's not wasting time, it's it's time spending economically and in a fun way. Is it economical? I guess there's literally no other reason that it could be called that, so no one felt the need to clarify it is. You make a great point. You make a great point. Not all things need to be told to everyone, yeah, but they deserve to be... I deserve to know. I deserve to know it all. I am the exception. Always. I deserve to know it, all of it. If I want to know something, I deserve to know it. You seem really assertive on that. It's because it's true. I am... This isn't because I'm nosy. I am. It's because of my birthright. to know it all. You know? Simple as that. Literally born this way. Literally born this way. Like the song. Alright. 2 more encounters, Felix. The music just stopped before this one. Coincidence? I think so. Yeah, no, it was. Alright. This is the one, Felix. This is like your 10th prediction. Have you finally got one right? Let's find out. I like that one video. I like that one video of the guy, and he's like, "Are these the best chips in the world?" I don't think he says that, actually. He's American. He's probably like, "Are these the best French fries in the world?" Be right back on a call. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, like, the guy's like, "Are these the best French fries in the world?" And then he just kind of stares. If this was Hangman, but with the number predictions, it would be so over for you. It kind of would, wouldn't it? Let's find out. Yeah, let's find out. And then the music plays as he just stares deadpan into the camera. Like, no emotion on his face. He's just staring. Dead at the camera. Still. As, like, the music swells. I don't know if that's, like, actually how the video is published. If it were, like, the guy edited it like that initially before he put in the clips of, like, the panning chip, like, the pans over the chips, I'm sure was the general thing someone would put there. But I like to imagine that that's exactly what happens. Every time. If he keeps trying hard enough, he'll have one day get it right. Yeah, arguably. But you had a stroke writing that. I had a stroke reading that, don't worry. Okay, so each shiny has a 1 in 8,000 chance of being shiny. So Felix has a 1 in 8,000 chance of guessing correctly every time he guesses. Maybe the universe just wants you to be wrong about everything now. Here, I don't think you're getting the shiny today. Let's find out. Let's find out. I don't know. My take. Not wanting the thing that always works. Yeah, my take is I'm also not gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna get it either. Because I got that Absol on Friday, and obviously luck is a transactional process. If something lucky happens to you, that's removed from your total luck. And if something unlucky happens to you, in the way of karma, that gets added to your total luck. Obviously. This is a very reasonable way of viewing the world. There is nothing really all that wrong with this system of belief that I have. It's not superstitious. And it's completely, like, logical. time right. What was your longest counted hunt? Over 12,000 encounters for my shiny Curum. I think it might have almost been 13,000 as well, actually. Was it worth it? Yeah, I love that Curum. I've not built it yet, to be fair. I need to, but I like Curum. And I'm happy I got it. Other hunts I've done, like, on Gen 4 have gone up to, like, 9k. I've got it all on a notes app somewhere. I might look at it up. You know what I am? I'm going to do that. I'm going to look up my, Okay, so yeah. Curum... Oh! Interesting. I could have sworn there was a 9,000 here somewhere, but there wasn't. Because, I did Dialga after Curum, which was only 2,000. I did Virizion, which was, 5,000. Then I did Regigigas, which was 1,200. So I've actually had a lot of really good luck in my, independent hunts. I need to start writing down my stuff again. Because, I don't know, I've stopped writing it down. It's nice to, like, know. But, like, since, Regigigas, I've not really been writing it down much. Regigigas being the level 1 one, I didn't realize I got all of those so early, you know? Like, 1k, that's multiple 1ks. Like I said, Dialga was 2,000. Dialga was 1,900 in Platinum. After that, I did Regigigas. And then Virizion was in the same White 2 copy as Curum. And then my longest hunt in Sword and Shield seems to be my Nincada hunt. Which I remember was Masuda, and was apparently 2,000 eggs. I hatched 2,000 eggs for a Nincada. Why did I do that? To be fair, I'm a big Ninjask fan. And, like, I basically got 2 shinies out of that, because obviously you can just turn the Nincada into a Shedinja and Ninjask when you evolve it. It's like, I got 2 shinies out of that. For all intents and purposes. Still kind of worked that it took that long. Ugh. But yeah, I've done a lot of shiny hunts. I don't know why my eyes were so wide as I was doing that. I was itching my nose and I just went... Anyway. So yeah, apparently this is my longest hunt in a while. All things considered. Because, like, Regice was, what, like, 3k? I think? If I'm not mistaken. And then the Dunsparce. I didn't really count encounters, but was obviously shorter in terms of the amount of shinies I got, which was the thing I was measuring. But, in terms of time, I spent less time on it. Considering every stream is about the same length, 3-ish hours. I have consistently spent... Yeah, I think this is definitely one of my longest hunts time-wise on stream. No, it is my longest hunt time-wise on stream. And apparently we're not even halfway to the Curamon, so... Alright. Anyway. Yeah, that's the joy of hunting in, like, pre-Gen 6, I think. Is you get, like, actual long hunts a lot of the time. Because, like... When did I get my Regice? I might look at my Regice count just to measure it against, like, my other hunts. It's funny, because I could have sworn that Dialga was 9,000 encounters, for some reason. I'd, like, convinced myself at some point that Dialga was 9,000 encounters, not 1,900. I don't know why I convinced myself of that, and I don't know when I convinced myself of that, but, like, I convinced myself that it was a much longer hunt than it actually was. I was certain that I'd, like, done another hunt of that kind of Curum length. It just wasn't quite as long. So to find out it was so short, it was so, like, low, that and Regigigas, I just didn't realize they were, like, such short hunts. I wonder if you can still find the Regigigas picture in the Discord, because I sent it to the Discord when I got it. Pinged it over there. Must have been... Oh, no, I didn't press Discord, I pressed Outlook. Okay, no, it's fine. In... Gen? Roll. From... No? Do I have to do from first? Is from not a thing anymore? User? No. How do you... This always confuses me, I swear. Oh, don't open a... Yeah, no, there is a from. Am I just not doing the colon correctly? Okay, no, I can just do in general. Regigigas. Oh, This seems too late at this point. Your Wi-Fi cut out for a few minutes. You didn't want you to say that. Wait, the only ones of mine I remember, the number 4, 11 and 18. Both Sword and Shield Masuda method hunts. Oh, I see why you can remember those, though. Those are very quick. Okay, yeah, no, I cannot find the post. Never mind. I need to do the hunt I'm currently doing rather than look back at the old hunts, I think. I should be focusing on the now rather than the past. Anyway, yeah, I always remember my Eevee hunt where I got it in like 6. Maybe 10? It wasn't many is the point. Like, I got that shiny Eevee so fast. It was kind of crazy. It's kind of bonkers. Such a good feeling. Yeah, no, it is. It is. I mean, it used to be. I don't know. I don't like... I feel like I rag on Scarlet and Violet's rates too much. You know? As someone who claims to not actually hate it that much, I sure do rag on it a lot. Like, Scarlet and Violet has definitely made me appreciate longer hunts more. Is the truth of the matter, you know? Like, I feel like a longer hunt means you're gonna feel better about getting the shiny, you know? If you do a nice and long hunt, then when you get it, it's gonna be that exciting that you got it. I think the only, like... I can't even remember how long the hunt was. But I always remember, when I hunted for a Salandit. A shiny Salandit. And I got the female on the first try. Because obviously I was looking for, like... I wanted a Salazzle, not a Salandit. And I remember being very excited when that occurred. For good reason. Alright. But yeah, that's why I like shiny hunting. For the end of it. But for the journey, for the build-up, you know? I like getting the shiny, but getting the shiny wouldn't mean anything. Getting the shiny wouldn't mean anything if I didn't have to hunt for it, if that makes sense. Like, if I could guarantee a first encounter... If I could guarantee a first encounter shiny, I don't think I'd take it. I don't think I would. In fact, you know what? I would. I'd take a first encounter shiny from one shiny in particular. Gimme Ghoul. Felix, you're wrong again. What's the next prediction? Didn't Felix say earlier that his prediction was we weren't getting it today? I could have sworn that after Felix's prediction, he said that he was doing a new prediction, and that's that we weren't going to get it. Alright. No idea what you're talking about. I didn't make no prediction. Classic, I see. Simon music is goated. At this point, playing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon might become a yearly tradition, you know? Just once every year you have to go back and replay it again, you know? Because they're just that good. I'm realizing that the Necrozma fight really ain't that far away at this point. I think next stream we get to Aether Paradise. For certain. I think Guzma's gonna be like first half. There's a chance we'll get to Pony. We might end just after Lucamine though. I can't remember how long that period of the game takes. It's definitely my most remembered period of the game though. I also think that first I'm going to go back and get the Prism Scale for my Lotic. So I actually have a thing. So I actually have a water bulk. Bulky water type to back up Wishy-Washy. If Wishy-Washy dies. It's funny because, like, so many people are always so quick to point out, look, this is your eyes when you rub them. You know the videos? You know the videos of, like, eye rubbing? You know the ones? What it looks like when you rub your eyes. Trying to figure out if it's gonna look good if I try to show. Was this like a better video? You have no idea what videos? Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. Alright. So, like, they say when you rub your eyes, you kind of, like, squish it in. You kind of squish it in like that, you know? You're, like, squishing it and wobbling it around in there. I feel like I've seen better videos of it. I like... Where's the DS light? There it is. Like, it looked like there was a better... No, where's the scrubbing bigger? There it is. Yeah, here we go. This is the video I've been looking for a while. Like, this is like the big one being like, oh, don't rub your eyes. Oh, but look, you're... That feels good as fuck, though. Like, that looks like it feels good as fuck, because it does. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why this is supposedly, like, anti-eye rubbing propaganda. Like, okay, cool. The gelatinous orbs in my head deform when I rub them? No way! I could have told you that. I know they're not solid. I know you can squish them. I bet one would feel really good to bite into. It'd be like a grape, I think. But, like, they're like, oh, you don't want to rub your eyes because of this. Oh. No, I do. That looks like it feels really good. Because it does. I want to rub my eyes more now. You've done the opposite. I had to look away, but agree. Valid. Like, I just don't get it. There was like, this is what your eyes look like when you rub them. This is disgusting. And it's like, okay. And you think I'm gonna stop? No. I like rubbing my eyes. Like, it was always like, do you guys remember, like, I mean, maybe you don't remember in secondary school, but I always remember in secondary school, there was this group of kids who would sometimes be like, hey, you know sausages are pig penises? And it's like, fucking and? They taste good. You think you're going to scare me off of eating sausages with your fake-ass facts? They're not. Sausages are pig meat shoved into an intestine. I don't think they are in modern day. Don't think that's, like, the seal of a sausage in, like, the modern day. It used to be, you pack in it, like, bit of pig intestine full of, like, meat. But there was, like, they're pig penises. Like, who gives a shit? You're gonna let your, like, homophobia and fragile masculinity stop you from eating a sausage? Like, okay, buddy. I fucking love a good sausage. Hot dog? Banging. Toad in the hole? Banging. Bangers and mash? Banging. I'm not gonna, like, cower away from it because it's a penis. Oh, no. And, like, that's ignoring the fact that it isn't a penis, to be fair. Like, even if it was, I wouldn't care. Stop using these certain words. What words? What words do you mean? It won't make a difference if you won't find that out yourself. What? I'm not following. You just like saying random stuff that doesn't make any sense. I see. Well, you're succeeding. I thought you were trying to tell me that, like, the way I was talking about dishes with sausages in them, or making it sound. You know. But, yeah, no, I never really got, like, that whole, like, fear-mongering bit either. Like, trying to be like, ooh, like, bro. Grow up. Then again, I guess they did, because, like, that was secondary school. And they probably have, like, jobs now. And they're probably not pretending to be anime boys online, so... Maybe I'm in the wrong for saying I would eat a sausage even if it was a pig penis. Anyway. Yeah, no, I will continue rubbing my eyes. I'm not going to stop. A medical professional come up to me and be like, Cahir, you've got to stop rubbing your eyes! And I'd be like, oh no! I'd, like, rub my eyes in, like, a boo-hoo. You know. It'd be funny. Alright. Thunk. Thunk. Why did you suddenly think about some eye-rubbing videos anyway? I think it's rather easy to figure out what action I might have been doing that prompted it. I hate to say it. I think you might be able to guess why I thought about rubbing my eyes all of a sudden. I think my train of thought is rather easily, like, traced back. I guess that's the cons of being a VTuber, but the pros are I can pick my nose on stream and no one knows. I don't. Or do I? What is it? That, I think it was Doug. I think it was Doug who said, like, what if you turn around to chat one day and said, at some point in last year, I shat myself while live. Whoever finds when gets $1,000. And, like, I picked my nose at some point in this stream. Whoever can guess when gets a firm handshake from the hand I picked it with. Right. You know, for the Doug bit, I should have played the Mario Odyssey theme. Stop typing my guess at that moment. I was getting worried for a bit, because I don't really have any clips lined up for the rest of the week, but I was worried that last time I got coronavirus, all I got was a sore throat. I don't know if I'm going to get it again. I hope I don't. But, last time I got it, all I got was, like, this really sore throat, and, like, it made my voice really raspy and tired. And I still streamed when I had coronavirus, because I didn't realize. Like, if I knew, maybe I would have not. But I didn't know that I had COVID, because it was just a sore throat. And I tested it on the Monday after the sore throat was already going, and like I was like, what? I had COVID that entire time? But yeah, my throat got really hoarse. My voice was really, like, croaky. And although I still decided to stream, it'd be a lot harder to make, like, YouTube shorts and stuff during that time. So, thankfully, I know what I'm posting on Wednesday now. To be fair, Wednesday always used to be my, like, clip day. Before I, did the... No brains today. He's changing the topic. You want me to continue talking about picking my nose? Is that what you want? Not particularly. Thanks a lot, Jelly. Because I'm sure he would have more to say about it, I'm sure. What was I even gonna say? Was I just saying about... I think I was saying about how Wednesday used to be my clip day. But yeah, no, if you guys want... If you guys want... if he does, we wouldn't be able to stop him. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. I don't... You know what? You know what? Just for you, Jellu. Just for you. Once, when I was in, like, year 8 or something, I had this really fucking runny nose. And, I just didn't have enough tissues stockpiled for it. So I had to run out of class and get more one day. And there was this kid standing there, and he watched me with my runny nose run down the stairs, and he went, ew, as he did it. And for some reason, he decided to take the piss out of me for it. And it's like, this is just a human experience, mate. Like, I can guarantee you, at some point in your life, you've had a runny nose. Why? What are you gaining from this? It just always baffled me why that was the thing that he, like, honed in on. If I was on Twitch, you'd see the listening without audio symbol. Okay, I'll go back to saying what I was originally saying. Someone let Felix know that I've changed the subject. So I was shitting the other day. No, yeah. Yeah, Wednesdays always used to be my, what's it called? Always used to be my, like, clip day. I don't know why I stopped. I guess it was because I didn't get as many views, but, like, I feel like it's good to post clips often. Because you're showing the people who subscribe to you for other things, hey, sometimes on my streams I say, I mean, I guess gross stuff. Is that going to draw people to the stream? Is that... But, I wonder if there, like, was any... Because I stopped doing it because I had the tier list I did, and the tier lists were, like, simple and quick to make. Which is funny, because everyone was always like, laziest content ever. And it's like, yeah, this really was simple to make, gonna be honest. But look at the views it's getting. Like, I'm gonna be real. There was a trend for a large part of last year where people just watched them, like, watched Pokemon fuse on screen and went, oh, I like that one. There was less effort in that than in my tier lists. I'm gonna put it out there. Just gonna briefly put it out there. That me actually putting the effort into, make the tier list. If people watch it, I mean, yeah, no, exactly, honestly. Like, that's my blunt take, is even if it's simple and easy content to make, if there's an audience for it, then there's no reason to not make it. But you did it in a fun way, the way you say the words. Goated, bad, good. I remember one time I was genuinely pissed off doing it, and it made it like that much better. Because I just could not get the tier list to work at first, and then I fucked it up a number of times, and I was fuming. I was fuming by the time I actually got to it, and I was like, this could work. And I cannot remember which one it was, but I was genuinely pissed off as I was, like, going through it. And I watched it back and I was like, wait. Maybe before doing these I should, spend, like, 10 minutes on Twitter. Maybe before doing this I should find a science content creator on Instagram and go into the comments. My favourite tier. Subscribe! Follow me on Twitch! But yeah, like, I'd continue doing the tier lists, but I just genuinely do not have any ideas. Which isn't that great. The issue is I want to do niche tier lists. Because again, the moment you take, like, actual opinions into it, if you have the wrong opinion, people aren't going to like you for it. You put Trico in bad, people will want your head on a stake. And I stand by it! You know what? I stand by it! Trico is a good enough design, you know? Like, I've, like, zoomed in on my opinion for that tier list. That's the blunt truth of the matter. I've zoomed in on my opinion. But Trico is not... It's a weaker design of starter. There are better designs out there. Simple as that. Shrimple as that. Especially among grass types. There are some great grass types. Rowlet, Turtwig, Bulbasaur, and you're saying that Trico is among those greats? That's the thing that surprised me most when I started doing those tier lists. Is the people who say Emerald is the best Pokemon game still exist, they're just on YouTube Shorts these days. Because they were, like, I thought they died out, you know? I thought they'd, like, gotten jobs. I thought they'd, like, gotten jobs and were doing other things now, you know? Because, like, back when I was a little boy, back when I was small, back when I was young, and I watched Patterrz and Game Boy Luke and the Munching Orange, they were always like, oh, I have the Pokemon Emerald. No, wait, no, this isn't, this is me making an impression of their voices. It was like, I love Pokemon Emerald. Pokemon Emerald is the best. And, you sound like from Tomodachi Life. He liked it a little. I like holidays, dancing in the sun, just having fun. Hey, Alexander! Kamoro, how goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. I'm hunting for Minccino today, at the beginning of Pokemon Black and White. If you put Ledi and Ledybur in the bottom tier, get ready for me knocking on your door with a shotgun. You like Ledybur? You're not the only one who likes them on. You sure? You certain on that? Is that the one that the professor has in the intro? Yes, it is. Ledian sucks. Ledybur's fire. Oh, I see. Oh, Jelly already said that they like Ledybur. I see. Yeah, Ledian, I think. Love when you give them plain white bread, and they act like it opened their third eye, and they've ascended to a higher plane of existence. Then what's the point, lol? My fault, I should know the screenshot. I mean, yeah, more or less. Like, most shinies I catch, I just shove in a box anyway. Right? Like, 90% of shinies, you catch them, and then you never use them again. So, what's the difference? What is the difference? There is no difference. Right. But yeah, no, I always found it funny when things started changing. So it's like, oh, this isn't a consistent opinion. Because obviously next it was Gen 4. Everyone was like, oh, Gen 4 was the best. Gen 4 was when Pokemon peaked. And now it's like Gen 5, and they're already the Gen 6 stands. And the Gen 7 stands are starting to fizzle away. Like, fizzle up. Just stopping by. I hope you have a good stream and tons of fun. I would say catch a shiny beyond catching nothing. I aren't catching nothing, but I do hope I find it. But, fair enough, Alexander. I hope you have a great rest of your day. But yeah, that's the thing that surprised me more. Is like, it feels like there are still a lot of Gen 4 stands around. Like on Twitter and stuff. You haven't fizzled up. I meant like popped up, arrived. I don't mean fizzled up in a bad way. I'm a Gen 7 stan. Let's be clear here. I'm a Gen 7 stan. Gen 7 is very much getting that popularity, I think. Because these days when you mention Gen 7, there's a lot less talking simulator. To be fair, it's a lot harder to be like a Pokemon fan who's going like, oh, I hate all the dialogue. Because people are just going to accuse you of not knowing how to read these days, which correct in the sense of what's it called? Sun and Moon. But Gens 5 to 7 are going to stay as the most liked generations because they are the best. Hopefully. Anyone seen that new Deer anime? Yes, I have. I don't know if I'm going to be crucified for my opinion yet, though, so I'm going to let other people talk on it first. Epic opening. Yeah. Yeah, no, the opening is really good. I agree with that. Big fan of the opening. It wasn't bad. I didn't have a bad time watching it. It was just very alright. It was like a solid okay tier. You know? Very, very firm in like the, yeah. Alright. Like... Did you expect peak fiction or something from that? No. I expected to find it funny. Which is seemingly what the show wants. And I found it amusing at most. Which left me a little disappointed. from the marketing material and the way they kind of presented it, it looked like, oh, this might be a pretty high-energy, funny show. And I don't know, like, the jokes were solid. But I think especially because people were really hyping it up, I was expecting it to be a lot funnier than it was. And maybe that's on me, you know? Maybe I went into it with too high expectations. But I know gag manga, you know? I know what a gag manga is. I was not expecting to go in there and find like this sprawling, incredible lore, beautifully written dialogue. No. I was expecting it to be a funny gag manga, you know? But there were like funny parts. But I've begun to realize, when I'm watching something, if I'm tapping on the screen multiple times to see how much time is left, then I'm probably not enjoying it that much. Like, if I'm enjoying a thing, it won't matter how long's left. But sometimes when I'm watching something, I'll, like, tap on the screen occasionally, be like, how much longer is left of this? And I know that's something I need to, like, either put on in the background or just not watch at all. And it was very much in that box. I'm not going to try and take it away from anyone who, like, did enjoy it. It's just personally, didn't live up to expectations. That might be on me. I might put my expectations too high. But that doesn't change the fact that when I watched it, it just didn't live up to my expectations. I think the opening was great. I like the shika nuka 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 kush ton ton. That's a good, catchy bit. Love that. But I might give episode 2 a try, you know? Episode 1's aren't always the best, because they've also got to set up the status quo. Because that was the first episode, wasn't it? It was setting up the status quo. But, we'll see if I stick with it. Because, like, if I'm gonna watch a show, if I'm gonna watch a comedy, I've got to be laughing at it, you know? Like, I'm not gonna watch a comedy that makes me go, sometimes. Jujutsu Kaisen when? What do you mean when? Anyway, if you want to watch a good, funny anime set in high school, Psyche-K. A good, funny anime set in a Japanese high school with a quirky and funny cast of characters. Psyche-K. Is that the pink one? That's the pink one. Yo, Psyche-K, enjoy that shoe. Fucking love Psyche-K. That was a damn funny show. Like, that is like, it's a great, funny as hell. Love it. Absolutely great. Like, like, great cast, great chemistry between the cast. Main characters, like, my mind's clogging. To be fair, I've not watched Psyche for a while. I might need to go and rewatch it at some point, but All the characters and their development through the show. Exactly. It's a great show, and it's a great comedy, you know? And bluntly put, Shiko Noko 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 Kosh Tan Tan aside, I think anime has an issue with comedy, where sometimes the comedy will just be, the guy fell into her boobies! You know? Especially around the time Psyche K released. So, like, that and Kaguya-sama, peak comedy. Love them both. And I guess, in a way, I was kind of expecting something similar to that, maybe. So yeah, maybe my standards were just too high going into the Dear show. But it left me just kind of being like, it was alright. But again, one episode so far. So right. Seems that Suicide Squad's one of those ones where they release the first 4 episodes all at once. Not sure what its reviews are like yet, though. Not sure at all. Again, the ending looks hilarious. Because they've got Amanda Waller doing, like, the funny anime girl dances. Like, it's definitely going to be one of those shows that either, like, lands really well or just does not at all. What was I going to say? The other thing I still need to watch is the new season of My Adventures with Superman, because I have not watched any episode of that yet, and it seems like it might be good. Seems like it might be quite good. Oh. Sorry, I just had to look at the cat. You know how it is. She's on the bed. Again, it's a Missy on the bed day. Snuggled up below my pillow, she is. Little creature. Absolute little creature. Alright. Ended when I started dancing. That's a good song. I like the Himalaya City theme. I do like a good Himalaya City theme. And a turn of forest. We are getting a banger after banger. Bangers and mash. Anyway. Yeah, my gut's telling me to talk more about anime, but there's not really been much I've been watching other than Horizons, so there's not much to talk about. It's the main anime I've been watching. I probably need to find a new show to watch with dinner, because I've been finding the general issue. I mean, I guess my adventures with Superman. I've been finding the general issue of nothing to watch while I'm eating. Just won't do. Won't do one bit. Like I don't know if like I'm just stupid, but it feels like the YouTubers I'm interested in at the least are uploading less these days. Like, I feel like it used to be that a solid, like, 3 or 4 days a week, I'd sit down to dinner and find a new Hermitcraft episode. But now, like, I'll be lucky to do that, like, once a month. Except Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo Jumbo's carrying it. To be fair, maybe that's the Hermits I'm watching issue, but... Like, I don't mean, like, Hermitcraft episode in general. I mean, like, the Hermits I watch. And just in general, I feel like there's less of the things I watch with dinner around. You know? Those dinner-watching YouTube videos, TM. Feels like I have to scroll longer and search harder. I don't know if that's just a me issue. You just catch up with yours when you've when they've uploaded 2 or 3. That's a fair way of doing it, but I don't know. I like that wouldn't solve my eating dinner with YouTube issue, you know? Like, it's kind of funny to consider that, like... Why... I mean, I guess I could eat dinner in silence, but why would I eat dinner in silence? Forced to eat dinner without YouTube. That's why I ended up looking through the anime list the other day, honestly. It was I want more to watch. Is this background music from the video? Are you going insane? This background music is Breath of the Wild's Kakariko Village theme. Right now, the current music that is playing. It's all in your head, I fear? Yeah, no, you're not, like, I'm not actually a real person. It's so subtle and quiet that you thought you were losing it. It's a good theme, it's a good theme. I might have turned the music down a bit too much. I fear. I turned it down a bit at the beginning of stream, but I think maybe that was a bad move. I tried to keep it quiet, like... My issue is I don't like streaming with no music at all. Because it makes the moments I'm silent a lot duller. The fuck have I just done? Nothing, I don't think. To be honest, I thought it was from Legends Arceus. No, this is Breath of the Wild music. I added a couple of Breath of the Wild tracks a few months ago. This, the horse theme, Gerudo Town, the shrine theme, and then a bit later I added the Shrine Tower theme. Breath of the Wild just has some good music. Tears of the Kingdom does as well, but like obviously a lot of the music is just from Breath of the Wild. And I prefer the Breath of the Wild shrine theme anyway. Boy, mate show. Alright. But yeah, this, like, parts of this playlist. In fact, this part of the playlist specifically is from when I started streaming. I used to only stream with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon music. And then I slowly widened my horizons and added a few other Pokemon tracks in. And now it's not just Pokemon at all. But this is the CahirLIVE streaming playlist. Alright. Now then. No thoughts. Thought for a moment there might be, but there's not. My apologies. Head empty, brain hollow. Like the Earth, when you think about it. I find it so funny when people are like, yeah, the Earth's flat and there's stuff outside of the ice wall. Like, I think you just like imagining you're the smartest person in the room if you believe the Earth is flat. But what the fuck do you mean there's stuff outside of the ice wall? How would they keep that under wraps? How? Like, for a moment, let's humor the idea that the flat Earth can be kept under wraps. How could they, like, realistically stop people from finding out that there's more out there? Did something happen while you got water? Yeah, they discovered that there's more outside the ice wall. Of the flat Earth. Like, that's crazy, but at least I'm saying hydrated. Real! But yeah, like, there's no real logic to flat Earth anyway. But I just find it funny when people make conspiracy theories and then start fucking world building around them. Like, this isn't reality. Like, this wasn't reality to begin with, you know? There was no way this was reality to begin with. But at this point, it just isn't. You were role-playing. Not that there's anything wrong with role-playing. But when, like, you're just role-playing at that point. Like, you've detached yourself. You've detached yourself from the real world. You're just not living on Earth anymore. By the time you start being like, there's stuff outside of the ice wall. Like, flat Earth, don't buy it. But, like, sometimes people just want to be the smartest person in the room, you know? sometimes people just want to believe they're special and know more than everyone else. But I feel like by the time you start, like, introducing lore like that into things, you've detached yourself. Just confuses me. Like, I feel like people always are very keen to overcomplicate things when they try to think of ideas, you know? And it reminds me of that. It reminds me of, like, one time in secondary school. I've been, like, throwing back to secondary school a lot this stream. I don't even know why. There have been other interesting periods of my life, I promise. But this is the best example I think I have for overcomplication. And we were, like, put in small teams and told to, like, make a product. And our group decided to make sweatbands with little ice packs in them to help keep your head cool, which is kind of funny considering sweatbands are literally, like, you're meant to, like, wipe and cool yourself down with the sweat that accumulates in the band. They're already kind of for cooling you down. But sure, I didn't know that at the time. I was very on board with this initial idea. But then we started talking about adding, like, a GoPro to it. And I was like, but it's now, like, too much. You've overcomplicated it. That first idea was pretty simple and pretty easily marketed. Now, it is something else. It's too much. And we pitched it and we came last. And I knew that was going to happen from the moment we started talking about the GoPro. Because the moment you overcomplicate something, the moment you add too much detail to something, it falls apart. Or to something like that. It falls apart. And, like, the whole, like, yes, beyond the ice wall, there are these other civilizations. It's the exact same vibe to me. The exact same vibe. You've started adding too much to it. No one is going to believe, like, you're not going to convince anyone at this point. People will already have to be in too deep to start believing that there's, like, stuff beyond the ice wall. And, like, do people actually believe that, or do they just, like, world the building? This is a tangent now, but I've done one of those ADHD things where I leap from one point to another. I always find it funny. I always find it so funny. Guys in fandom, A, don't call it fandom, and B, they don't write fanfiction. No, that'd be weird. They don't write fanfiction. What they do is they make alternate timeline lore videos on their favourite franchises. On what would have happened if this was like this. Where they just summarise their fanfiction for you. They like... I'm trying to think of any specific examples I've seen, because there are a lot of them. Like, a few of them have been like, what if Ash went to Paldea? I think I've seen a couple of other Pokemon ones as well. I think I mostly see it with, like, superhero ones. Where they do, like, what if Goku got betrayed and trapped in the time chamber? Exactly. I think that's, like, one I've seen floating around. And, like, I just find it so funny. And then you look and they're like, part 20, and it's like, this is chapter 20 of the fanfiction this person is writing, but they don't want to write a fanfiction, so instead they're making a YouTube video on it. And I find it so funny. Like, I think I watched a couple and then it clicked in my head, this is fanfiction. This is just a fanfiction. This is just a video someone's made about their fanfiction idea. But because fanfiction is, like, considered weird, because people think of fanfiction, they're like, oh, it's made by widows. I'm not going to write fanfiction. Then instead make a YouTube video on it. And I find it so funny that there are just these like, guys in their 30s who are like, I wouldn't write fanfiction. Anyway, do you want to watch my video on what would have happened if Darth Vader betrayed the Emperor in Empire. Not to slate them, to be clear. If you want to write fanfiction, write fanfiction. Even if it's in a YouTube video. Even if, instead of writing fanfiction, you analyze the you summarize the fanfiction in a YouTube video. But I just find it funny. That, like, you ask these guys, so this is a fanfiction video, right? They'd probably be like, no! No, it's not! Of course it's not! Anyway. Wattpad. Wattpad. But yeah, I just find it funny. I just find it very funny how. Because I feel like there are a lot of those videos around. I used to like watch a few of them. I've always been pro fanfiction, to be clear. Like, I used to write fanfiction, but what was it called? I just hadn't clocked at the time that that's just what those videos were, really. For what? Guess! Take a guess! Got any links? No! I was 14 years old. I'm not showing the world 14-year-old Cahir's fanfiction. I'm not. I'm not. How old am I right now? Trying to figure out if you're going to use this information to try to find it. I'm worried that you're going to try and find my old fanfiction with this bit of information. Share your personal information with me. Oh, The issue is like sometimes I'm like, what if I like fake saying my social security number? Not that. National insurance number. I don't have a social security, do I? I don't think so. I think that's American. But I'm worried that it'll be slightly true. Because I've realized I can't say random dates. They can seem random, but I always pull those numbers from somewhere. The most random thing is normally the month. Other than that, there's always something. It can't be so bad you'd have to hide it. It's not that it's so bad that I'd have to hide it. It's that I just don't want to share it. You know? Like... Yeah, I don't. Shrimple as that. Shrimple as that. Better not fret on it any longer, I guess. When was the last time you wrote it? Couldn't have been... I think I'd stopped by the time I was 15. So I think by the time I was 15, I moved on to making Pokemon fan games instead. Which I never finished, to be clear. I'm not sure if you can find, my old stuff for fan games. But, I moved on to the bigger fish, I guess. I stopped writing Pokemon fanfiction and started writing... I mean, I guess trying to make a Pokemon game is in its way a fanfiction. Because it's made by a fan and it's fiction. But it's a fan game at that point. I remember I bought the full version of RPG Maker XP. For full price, before realizing, like, I could have probably just gotten Steam and got it for cheaper. Wait. But yeah, I'll always stand by the fact that I had the idea for Rainbow Rocket first. I was going to make a Pokemon game that was kind of like a amalgam of a bunch of different Pokemon games. All the gym leaders would be the champions, the Elite Four would be the rivals, and the evil team would be Team Rocket, but the admins would all be various evil team admins. So like Maxie and Archie would be admins. Cyrus would be an admin. Lysander would be an admin. Rainbow Rocket was announced at the end of that year. No, I didn't copy it! They copied me! They copied me! I was the victim here! They stole my idea! Like, it was genuinely, like, the beginning of the year I had the idea. I don't know how long I petered on with it, but, like, I had the idea for Rainbow Rocket first. Game Freak owe me £6 trillion! Made it back. Welcome back, Rob. But, I guess I never made it, so... I did share the Mews I made. Because I was going to have a Mew for every type in that game. That was one thing I tried to do, was have a Mew for every type. Missy. Sorry, she's still scrounging. But, what was I looking for? Yeah, no, I believe I shared the shared the Mews in the Discord at one point. If you scroll far enough back in the art channel, you can probably find them. Because I found that funny. And then I remembered a couple of people started trying to make their own, which was fun. You're not scrounging, are you, cat? Oh, you are too. Can you stop? Anyway. But yeah, fangaming is a thing I've tried on multiple occasions, but the issue with my ADHD is I have an idea for a fan game, I work on it for a few months, and then I stop. Like, maybe like a month. And then, I stop working on the fan game, and then I have a new idea. So I don't continue on with the original. You don't work today? Hell yeah! Hello, Bug! I hope your Monday's gone well then. With your no work. Missy, you still scrounging under there? I think she bloody is. That's relatable, but for you it's like 6 days instead, real. Like, it got shorter and shorter. Like, the first time, I remade the whole Johto region. The whole fucking region, I remade all of Johto. And then I made up to Pewter City of Kanto. And then I was working on Pewter City of Kanto, looked back at the rest of Johto, and was like, but this doesn't look as good as that. My mapping skills have really improved. And I was really disappointed and realized I'd have to redo all of Johto, and I couldn't be fucked to do that, so I just quit. Obviously. No work equals good day. Indeed, indeed. You guys have to work. I mean, I won't act like my job's all that intense. I don't really get a proper salary for it, so... Aim, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Sadly, I spent too much money, so now you need to make it back. I see, I see. Best of luck, best of luck. Beat the DLC, nice, nice. Get any shiny Reggies yet, or are you still looking for those? This feels very light. How much do I drink? You skipped them, as in you've not encountered them yet, or you've decided not to hunt for them? The odds would make you lose it? Yeah. Alright. Oh, whoa, we are really close to 6K. I didn't actually, like, properly process that. It makes sense in my head now that we, of course, would be getting to 6K this stream. Because, I mean, if we don't get to it, we'll be close. But, okay, your first guess for the shiny is 5995. Is it? That's crazy. Finally got your shiny Charizard to G-Max? Hell yeah. Predictions are back. I remember before the DLC for Sword and Shield came out, whenever I shiny hunted, whenever I was shiny hunting, I'd, like, keep an eye on the Ycom for any raids I found interesting, and I fought, like, 3 shiny Charizards and got none of them. You don't do this very often, but you've got a good feeling. Yeah, of course. To be fair, Felix, you've only done it, like, 3 times this stream. That's really low, since the first time you did it. You can feel it in your gut. No, that's just the live toad I put in there. Here for a quick hi, so good night. Good night, Aim. I hope you have a good night. You must be confusing... I must be confusing you with someone else again, must I? Interesting. Alright. I must be confusing you with Felix, the guy who's always wrong, rather than you, Felix, the guy who's always right. You put what? A toad in your gut. You drink boba, Jellu? Yeah, yeah, he's left-handed. You're always right. Yeah, of course. Right. I've never actually tried boba myself. I'm not sure if I'd like it. It seems like it'd be a weird texture for me. The balls look very, like, smooth. And, like, are you meant to eat them? Are you meant to eat the balls? Or are you just meant to drink them? Like, I understand the balls probably pop in your mouth. But, like, I understand they'd probably pop if you bit into them. Like, I don't know if you're just meant to go, like, gulp them all down. If you're supposed to, like... Stop talking about balls. You can't tell me what to do. Tell me, do you pop the balls? Can we get a boba connoisseur in here? Someone who knows a lot about balls. Never drank boba. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, no, I snuck the toad into your lunch. I'm surprised you didn't notice it, because it was rather big. You're making me delete a lot of my messages halfway today. Is it because I said... Is it because I called for a ball expert, Felix? Is that why? I forgot Toad is a real animal. I was thinking the Mario guy! No, I meant the little wrinkly one. I literally just ate some macaroni and cheese. How did you even do that? I snuck him into one of the macarons. Just got 10 times more horrific. Why? Because it's like a toad instead of a toad? I don't know. I think I'd rather eat a toad than a toad. Because, like, toads are sentient. Like, toads are like an animal. I eat animals anyway. You know? Like, I see, like, a moth, I grab it. Om nom 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 nom. You know? When my cat brings in, like, a mouse or something, I go, om. At the tail, you know? So there's no one here boba drinkers. Because it's a question I've had for a while, but like I've never drunk boba to answer it. Because I'm too afraid. I don't want to drink it wrong. Trying my best to stop saying, yeah, you would do that. You know what, it probably would scathe still. Like, you not saying it for once, but implying you might have, is funnier than saying it. Karma to me, I feel less insulted. I remember when I used to try to start streams with that, but you couldn't actually hear the, like, beginning part. So it was just silence for the first few seconds. Until I was like, what is up, Cahir Club? And I was like, oh, that doesn't actually work. So now it's Mount Wario, because Mount Wario, I'd love to. Wait, was that even visible? I don't even know how to make it appear again, also. It might have been. Maybe. Alright. But yeah, I always find those videos funny where the people try to drink boba and then they end up choking on it because they don't realize the balls are in there. It's fucked up how they use hamster eyeballs. Those guys are good at bulging their eyes. Big ass eyes. Yeah, past 10 and my brain switched off. But the issue is my brain was already switched off. So it's now switched off twice. Now it doesn't mean it's switched on, it means it's more switched off. God, I don't know how I managed to, like, sleep in such a bad position for my back. I need someone to, like, try and rip my shoulder out, I think. You know? Like, just genuinely try and rip my arm off. I think that would fix it. You volunteer as tribute. Oh, thank you, Felix. That's really kind of you. You're always so kind and helpful, Felix. I can feel like I want to sneeze, but I just couldn't. That was concerning. Anyway. Concerning in the sense that there's every chance that COVID is brewing in my system right now, and I don't like that. Guess I'll find out in the morning. Maybe. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I do kind of want to try and get to 950. Not 950. 6,000. I didn't think I'm going to get to 6,000 today, to put it bluntly. So remember your prediction, Felix, for a couple of weeks away. I think next week I'm going to shiny hunt for a Alolan Raichu. I like that they're doing, like, regional variants and stuff in Outbreaks. Big fan of them doing regional variants and stuff in Outbreaks. And I definitely will be hunting for Raichu, I think. Because I do like Alolan Raichu. I think Alolan Raichu's really cool. Easily one of my favourite Raichu iterations. And I thought it was nice to see Raichu actually get some appreciation. It did make me realise that, in a way, Raichu is the Pikachu clone of Generation 7. Alolan Raichu is. Which is funny because we've already got Togedemaru and Mimikyu. Because Pikachu clones tend to have to do with the generation's gimmick. The main mechanic of the generation. Wasn't back, it seems. Needed to converse some more. I've also updated your rogue build to hopefully be more useful. But more spec into intelligence and less in strength. As I figured I don't need it. Ah, fair. I mean, it makes sense that you'd be smart if you were a first mate, right? And yeah, Dex is generally more useful for rogues. Again, though, I wouldn't really worrying about min-maxing your character too much. My character isn't all that optimized. D&D we're talking about. I'm playing a Twilight Cleric, Warforged. And yeah, no, like, I think it's more interesting to give your characters the actual limitations that the character would have. Mirror the stats to who you think the character is as a person. Because At Day's End, it's the DM's, like... In Fire Emblem, making Mage Raphael, or... You're pretty much... Thought maybe I could grab some magic. Oh, I see, I see. Were you thinking of, Were you thinking of doing, Oh, what is it called? There's a specific name of the subclass that lets you spec into magic with a rogue. Or are you thinking of a feat? Because I remember, one D&D game I played as this Kitsune paladin called Kaze. And, I took a feat at level 4 that let him cast Eldritch Blast. I think the specific feat was Arcane Trickster, that's it. What was it called? What brainwave am I trying to inch out? Yeah, no, I took this feat that lets you take a couple of spells from another class's spell list, even if you're not like a spellcasting class, which I think is probably one of the better ways to do it, in the sense that, like, I'd recommend doing that over Arcane Trickster normally, unless you're particularly attached to the idea of Arcane Trickster. I'd recommend taking that feat. I'll try to find it after stream. But it just gives you access to, like, a couple of fun spells. I think you get, like, one spell slot for all of the actual spells, but you generally get a cantrip as well, which can be good. Because, again, I used that for my paladin. I think I did already have Firebolt, but... Unless paladins don't get Firebolt. They might not. I might be lying to myself. I don't want to check at least that much now. Because I'm trying to remember if, like, it was actually a needed ranged option. I don't know, I just really like the sound of some of the spells. That's fair, that's fair. Spellcasting classes in D&D are always fun. What is it? It might just be... Are the cantrips? The paladins don't get cantrips? Oh, paladins don't get cantrips, I see. So I guess I was just more thinking that I deliberately didn't choose Firebolt over Eldritch Blast. Which, fair enough. I stand by my choice. But Eldritch Blast was very fun. Because obviously Eldritch Blast, most D&D cantrips level up over time. Once you get to a certain level, for example, Firebolt does 2d8 plus spellcasting modifier. But Eldritch Blast only does 1d10 unless you take a specific Warlock skill. There's a specific Warlock skill that lets you add your spellcasting modifier to Eldritch Blast. But Eldritch Blast, upon getting to specific levels, lets you fire multiple beams of it. Obviously, you can fire them all into, like, one opponent. You have more of a chance of missing those later ones, but it also means you can, like, split it up between multiple. And that's what I found interesting about it. I can't remember what else I chose. It might just be... No, there was definitely a spell I was allowed to choose, because it gave me a specific thing that I used for a spell slot. Oh, unless it was just Eldritch Adept. No, I think invocations... No, I think that's something else. Aha! Here we go. Magic Initiate. Choose a class. Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard. You can learn 2 cantrips of your choice from that class's spell list. In addition, choose 1 first-level spell to learn from that same list. Using that feat, you can cast a spell once at its lowest level. You must finish a long rest before you can cast it in this way again. Your spellcasting ability for these spells depends on the class you chose. Charisma for Bard, Sorcerer, or Warlock, Wisdom for Cleric or Druid, and Intelligence for Wizard. I'll just send you the feat, really. That's it. But yeah, no. Like, Paladin's obviously already a spellcasting class, but I thought it would be cool to have Eldritch Blast. And because I leveled up, I gained access to a feat. Interesting, that does sound good. I'll check it out. Nice, nice. Well, yeah, I was just thinking, like, if you want to keep Swashbuckler, because Swashbuckler does sound like, you know, a subclass built for your character. So I can understand if you're apprehensive about switching out. Unless you've already set your heart on Arcane Trickster. Why'd you get that Eldritch Invocation one? Obviously, some feats do actively give you modifiers, which I think is interesting. Yeah, a lot just give you, like, +1 and stuff. Oh. Yeah, feats might... Wait, no, never mind. I guess you could ask the DM. Sorry, I found one that lets you cast Misty Step. But, so there seem to be, like, feats around that could feasibly let you cast spells, but... True, I haven't set my heart on it. Just thought it'd be cool utility if I could get, spell access. But didn't know this kind of thing exists. Yeah, I mean, both me and Grizz already have spells. So, like, make your decision purely on if you think it would be cool to have the spells, rather than like a feeling of necessity towards it, if that makes sense. But spells in D&D are definitely very cool. I do enjoy being a good spell casting class for that. Resky, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week's gotten off to a good start. I'm shiny hunting for Minccino today. This one. No, I'm not allowed to catch it. Juniper will not let me have it. She will be selfish and keep it to herself. But yeah, you catch any shinies recently? Alright. Yeah, looks like we probably aren't going to get this today. But I wasn't all that surprised. Because again, I got a shiny Absol on Friday. So, I feel like that... I mean, again, it didn't scupper my chances really, but, like, theoretically it did. I always find if I get really lucky one day, I'm very unlikely to get lucky the next. Which I guess is just kind of statistical, really. Because if you get, like, average luck one day and average luck the next, you wouldn't really note it, you know? So getting really lucky the day before and average luck the next, it's not like the day before's luck had any impact. I mean, again, I know I'm being weird, always treating luck like it's, an actual, like, give or take thing rather than random chance. Alright. Right. Now then. Yeah, I don't think I'll get up to, the whole way up to 6K today, but I think we'll get close enough that it'll probably be a beginning of next stream thing. Which will be exciting. We're slowly creeping closer and closer to odds. So, we will see if we pass it. I don't know, I feel like I'm expecting to at this point, you know. I've got that feeling in my gut. I can see us going over odds by now. English. Alright. Oh. Oh, I see. Whoever moves... Oh, I see. I see. I get it. It's the bit. I forgot the funny. I forgot the funny. I mean, you forgot the funny as well. But I forgot the funny also. Alright. What was I saying? Yeah, beats in D&D are pretty good, to be fair. Like, I didn't... Like, it's one of those things that you don't really twig early on. But, I remember I started looking through them and was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There is a lot of good stuff here. Would highly recommend looking through the list, especially since you're what's it called? All right. You have a 20 pass at the moment. Let's get to, like, 975, I think. I'm gonna get to 975, and then we'll swap over to Pokidoku. Where am I from? I am from England. I don't know, I was gonna say assumable from my accent, but I feel like a lot of, like, I feel like this is like an English speaker kind of like a loop, where like, people with English accents think, get confused between Australian and American. People with, like, American accents get confused about, like, English and Australian. And I don't know if Australian people get confused between American and English, but... Scottish and Irish accents get to be free from this loop. Do you really like tea? Might sound racist, but I want to confirm the stereotype. I believe that would be xenophobia, my friend. But obviously I like tea, I'm British. Like, duh. What kind of Brit would I be if I didn't like a good cup of tea? Love a good cuppa. Don't like coffee though, not a coffee person. You're from Indonesia? Ah, very nice, very nice. But, you also probably don't give a shit, let's be fair. I mean, like, I feel like it's not all that. Maybe, I don't know. Alright. Do I love Indonesia? Well, I've got to say, I've never been. But, I am sure it is a lovely place. I haven't heard any ill, that's for certain. Alright. They will mock both Americans and English equally. I mean, yeah, but that doesn't answer if they get the accents mixed up. This is much better than the calm Breath of the Wild music that made me go insane. Well, this is Vast Pony Canyon from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Which is a good theme, to be fair. This is a banging theme. Love Vast Pony Canyon. Is that it fading out, or am I... Oh, I'm fucking might be. I fucking might have heard it begin to fade out. I'm so talented and smart. I probably wasn't, actually. That was probably just me being weird. Whoa, we got more Sun and Moon music! Do you have like a stream playlist or something? I do, it's not public. I made it on my like personal YouTube account. So if I share it, I think I'd have to remake it from scratch. Maybe if enough people show interest. If enough people show interest, then you gotta listen to your streams and collect all the songs and make it public. Well, I believe at the moment, most of, my brain doesn't work. Most of the songs play every stream. It used to be that it looped, but then I added a few more, and now it no longer loops. I heard a story that they teach about how to eat Tim Tams properly and convince foreigners to smash it into bits and eat the crumbs. Love that. Alright. Alright, yeah, we're getting pretty close to... We're getting pretty close to, it is 22:26. It's 10:26 at the moment. PM. I'm guessing it's pretty late where you are, right? Or maybe early. It'll be pretty late here. Won't be up much longer after stream. Especially because I've got an earlier morning tomorrow. Can't just lie in. These streams are literally at perfect the time for you, so you waste time here. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, no, these are... I used to stream a bit later, but... like, I always kind of ended around 11-ish. And then I started, move my start time earlier. Day or night? Night. PM. 22:28. In military time. I don't know if it's called that here. I know Americans have it like military time. But, like, I've always just considered it the 24-hour clock, you know? Because it's when you make it 24 hours instead of 12. And that's... I don't need to reset over that encounter, I guess, but that is the final encounter of the stream. Oh, you make a point, Jelly. What does it mean? let's It's not coming up with anything, which is interesting, but then again, I'm using Google Translate, so I guess there's not much to be surprised at there. Not really the most reliable source in the grand scheme of things, is it? Alright. Looking forward to next Monday, then. Next Monday will be Raichu. The Monday after is when you'll be looking for. You're gonna go, you just want to get some rest? That is understandable, Brugger. I hope you have a great night's sleep. Looking forward to Monday after then. Yeah, what did you find, Felix? The meaning. Okay, so we have Dragon Ground types, we have Dual Ground types, Ground Monotypes, Hoenn Dragon types, Hoenn Dual types, Hoenn Monotypes, Dragon Electric types, Electric Dual types, and Electric Monotypes. Flygon HG made this one? Apparently. Apparently. Okay. So, Dragon Ground. Obviously, we have Flygon and Vibrava and Gibble, Gabite, Garchomp, Mega Garchomp. Yahoo!
More pearls of wisdom from the master's degree achievements of Dr. Mr. Basculin, major in philosophy. Entities should not be multiplied unnecessarily unless of course it's Mr. Basculin.
Yes, yes. Oh, don't you want to know? Hey! Rezki, I feel like it's very unwise to just start saying random words in other languages, especially when you're going to enter the stream with the first person to move is gay bit. I feel like that's a recipe for getting clipped and put on Twitter. Alright. I feel like I'm missing a ground dragon type. Zygarde. Of course. I want to put Zygarde. 6.5. Okay, ground dual types. I don't think that's the lowest, to be honest, but I think it's pretty low. Alright. Clodsire. He sounds so trustworthy. Oh, Felix has said, oh, you do not want to know. Felix, can you DM it to me? To be fair, it's something you've already said in English, so it's not even funny, like... Poop? Oh! Discord notification. Slang for penis. Very nice. Yeah, bro, you're really gonna get me with that one. Getting me to say penis. Oh no! Oh no! Penis! Oh no! Anyway, what primitive am I trying to have? Dual ground types. Okay, come on, Cahir. Well, yeah, Clodsire is one of them. No, Rapsica's just bug. Nincada. I might put Nincada. I'm feeling good about Nincada. No, wait. Actual ground types tend to do better because people always think of Nincada as like oh, this is a niche one. So I need to think of actual niche ground types. Alright. He had a mission and he failed. Goodbye, Rezki. Have a good day. Why is my brain so sludged right now? It doesn't feel like it's sludged, but it is. Am I looking at like Gen 5 maybe? Stunfisk I think is a bit too iconic. Tympole, Palpitoad, Seismitoad? I'm not sure if Palpitoad is. Seismitoad definitely is. Obviously, there are mons like... Oh! I'm gonna put Gala Yamask. It took a moment too long to load there. I thought I failed. And then mono ground types. Obviously, we got like Hippopotas and Hippowdon. We got Sandshrew and Sandslash. Ghost type activities are real, actually. Obviously, Orthworm is the opposite. It's actually dual type. Trapinch, but I think Trapinch is a very obvious answer. And then we got the music. I got distracted by the music again. Are there any pure ground types in Juniper? Thank you for subscribing, Risky. Felix, what's your favourite Minecraft mob? Personality test. Interesting. I like how Felix is being tested and not me for once. Alright. I might go to Hoenn Dragon types first. Isn't it obvious? Phantom. No. Hoenn Dragon types. Bagon, Shieldon, Salamence, Altaria, Mega Altaria, Mega Sceptile. Are people going to think of Mega Sceptile, though? Did you just say I'm annoying and don't sleep? No, I said you hate waffles. I feel like Mega Sceptile tends to... Oh! Latias and Latios tend to get pretty low. 5.1, that's not low at all. Are you a phantom? Oh no, I hope you sleep well. Then Hoenn dual types. I kind of want to put Ninjask for this one, because I love Ninjask. I'm going to put Ninjask for this one. Go on, Dad. Go on, Dad. Go on, Dad. As a treat. Monotype. It's summer, you haven't slept properly in a while. You know what, that's fair, I can't slate that. Hoenn monotypes. Whismur has gone pretty low in the past. But I'm unsure if it's going to continue to. I'm going to put Xcloud. Old reliable. Free. Then electric dragon types. Miraidon. Long ass neck. Zekrom. I'm going to put Raging Bolt. 11%, that seems pretty low. There aren't that many electric dragon types. And then dual type electric, obviously Heliolisk seems like an interesting answer, but I'm wondering if it is. I feel like Heliolisk kind of sticks into like the category, you know? I might put Morpeko Hangry because they don't actually show it here, and I think that's funny. Yeah. And then mono ground type and mono electric type. Thankfully, Morpeko isn't one of those. Poor Me is a mono electric type. I think Poor Mot might be as well, but I'm not going to commit to that. No, Poor Mo might be. Poor Mot is the fighting type. Poor Mot's the final evolution. Oh, Tadbulb and Bellybolt are as well, actually. I'm going to put Bellybolt. Am I? I'm going to put Boltund. 1.5? That might be low. I mean high. Finally, mono ground. You have no idea, really. Interesting. You like bats? Oh, well that means you're easy to hit with a bow. I'm not gonna say what I think about bats because it would be rude now. And in even saying that, that's still a little bit rude, gonna be honest. What's yours, Jello? Yeah, Felix is loading up the insults. Ground types. Mono ground types. I'm gonna put Mudbray. 4%. That's actually pretty high. Marowak was the least common. Maybe 4%. Yeah, 4% wasn't that high. I should have put Sandaconda, though. Or Donphan. I actually got our lowest. Latios was the lowest here. It's 27. I got 5 higher than the most unique. I got another lowest. Zygarde was 6.5 and Gible was 0.1. Dusclops was 0.4. I believe I put a 0.6 for this one. Yeah, I put Exploud, who was 0.6. Armoldo was the lowest here with 0.4, which means that my answer was a little high here. Yeah, Ninjask was in the middle of the pack here. Armoldo being the lowest. Mega Gardevoir was pretty low. That's surprising. Let me think of something safe real quick. Fox. Alright, and then yeah, I did pretty with this one. With electric dual type. Toxel, Toxicity, Gmax. I should have thought of those guys. Shinx was the lowest monotype. That's kind of surprising, honestly. I'm surprised to see Shinx as the lowest. I guess we really are getting to the point where, like, people are trying hard. But yeah, fine, you win this time. Got off scot-free. Alright. I think I'm going to end for there today. Thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. The Arctic ones. The Arctic ones are cool. I'm still not sure of mine, honestly. Are we talking passive? No, just Minecraft mob. I think the outlays are pretty cool. But I find it really funny how, like, Minecraft have really been, like, pushing them as, like, the mascot. What's going on with his dad? Got COVID. He does. I could say something irrelevant and forgettable like Stray. But I seriously don't care enough about them. I do because once I made a Stray farm, I got a Minecraft mob spawner and put snow to, like, freeze the skeletons. And yeah, so I could get just free slowness arrows, and I thought that was pretty fun. Mule. It's the mule. Of course it's the mule. Who doesn't love a good mule? I love a good mule. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I'll be live again this Wednesday with more of our Pokemon Ultra Moon Egglock. Unless I catch coronavirus and I'm really sick, but I guess we'll find out. And then obviously Friday will be 7-star Pikachu raids. I hope you all have a great rest of your weeks. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye and good night.